is the Family Resilience Assessment Instrument and Tool, and a story that started with a visit from a senior health visitor who came one day and said, "Carolyn, do you think there's any chance that you could validate one of these assessment tools that the chief nurse has asked us to validate and could be used across Wales?" Now, the reason why she came to me was something called the Community Nursing Research Strategy, which belongs to Prime Centre Wales. And we'd just come to the conclusion that they had a gap in assessment and started working on trying to understand what health visitors meant by this unified assessment that they wanted, which we didn't know was going to be family resilience at that point. So the potential for this is phenomenal. You know, we could start to compare deprivation levels with resilience levels and that sort of thing.
I contacted the University of South Wales and my colleague Caroline Wallace, and I said, look, all I've got is a paltry £5,000 in an endowment fund, and I've got this tool and I want you to help me. And she said, she gulped, but then she said, yeah, we can see what we can do. So fast forward 4 or 5 years now, and it has been really exciting experience to now have a validated academic tool, and I think it's the only one of its kind internationally. And by using that assessment tool, the FRAIT, they are in a position where they've got this academic validation that supports their professional judgment, so that we can identify families' needs potentially quicker. Public health nursing doesn't unfortunately have many quick wins because you have to invest long term. So that, I say unfortunately, it means it's more of a challenge to demonstrate the so what. And that I was really keen to do, is to try and demonstrate what we do. And the FRAIT, it is part of that process, so that we can demonstrate by working with the university, we've been able to enhance our research background to this and just really strengthen the profession.
And what's interesting about this is that it works on a number of levels. You can look at what an individual health visitor is doing with a family, so she can use it for assessment, and she can capture that, and she can work with them over time. But if I'm managing health visitors, I've got access to all of their case records. So if I'm looking at my patch, I can go, well, they're more resilient over there than they are over there, so I can move resources over there. And then if I'm looking at it at a University Health Board level, I can go, I've got hotspots there and there, so I need to make sure my planning deals with that. And then if I'm Welsh Government, I can get the Welsh map of deprivation and go, if I overlay FRAIT scores, I can see how it maps to deprivation. And one of the projects we're now starting to look at is, how do we link this to the notion of social prescribing? Because very often a health visitor will say, here's a family, they've got some issues with their resilience, I think they might need being referred to this setup, and that could be something that's a social prescription. And the beauty of what we're looking at next is, how do they get feedback? How do you know that it's worked? How do you know it's worthwhile doing it again? And so that's the sort of things that we're moving on to next, but linking FRAIT to social prescription. Well, how does that link then back into the Welsh Government Future Generations Act, and how do we move that forward?